I never know when the video starts. There's so much stuff they put on the screen, so you sit here and you look at it and you're going, okay, is it working? You know, I flat forgot to try to do a Wednesday devotion yesterday. I have been on serving on jury duty all week long, finished up today, and I was sitting here outside enjoying the cool of the evening, and I thought, oh no, I forgot to do that. So let me just share some thoughts with you right now. We were reminded on Monday, as we were sworn in as jurors, that it's a great week to be serving on a jury because this is the week of the 4th. He said, the Attorney General said that 249 years we've been doing this. And this is still the best way to arrive at justice. And most of the time, I agree. I think there have been some times that hasn't happened, but most of the time that's true, where guilt is never assumed. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. And so I was thinking about that on my way to the Justice Center this morning, of just how over the years God has blessed this nation. There is the verse that says, how blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. Well, you know, debates rage back and forth whether or not this is a Christian nation, where we found it as a Christian nation. And you know, I think the long and the short of it is, it doesn't matter. We have been characterized by a more or less Christian code of conduct, a set of Christian, biblically inspired values since before our founding. There have been ups and downs, but that happens everywhere. But God has so blessed this nation. He has so blessed us with so much. You know, abundance is the watchword of our experience, because we have known an abundance of prosperity. As I would drive into from Etowah to Athens, there is this huge cornfield on either side of the road. And the corn this year, I guess because of all the rain we've had, good night, what wouldn't grow? But the corn is just stunning. It's tall, it's green, it's tossling out, and it just, I don't know, I find a lot of beauty in that scene. But that's a good image of the prosperity we have known as a nation. There have been lean times, but they've been very few. And there are people in this country who go to bed hungry for a variety of reasons. But far and away, we are the best fed nation on earth. We've known an abundance of prosperity. We've known an abundance of peace. Only 3 times that I can think of in our history have we ever known hostility on our own home turf. The Revolution back in the 18th century. There was the War of 1812 that didn't, you know, where it affected people, it was catastrophic. I mean, they burned the White House, for example, and then there was our own Civil War. But that's been a long time ago. World War II devastated the globe. The United States was the only industrialized nation on earth that wasn't devastated by that war. So we have known an abundance of peace. We have known an abundance crises that we've known, things like Watergate. And in recent years, the misguided, I just had to reconnect, but mean-spirited impeachment efforts that have gone on both sides of the aisle. We've had a stable government. We have the same Constitution now that was adopted in 1789. There have been changes to it, but it's essentially the same document it was in 1789. We're one of the rarest, if not the rarest, nation on earth to have known such stability over such a long period of time. Excuse me. And we've been blessed with an abundance of liberty. I'm going to have to get something to drink. I think I inhaled a bug. Whoop, you don't need to see my feet. Let me turn this thing back around here. There we go. My face may not be much to look at, but it's a little bit prettier than my feet. Now, I'm sorry. In recent years, we've had people scream, they're taking away our freedoms, they're taking away our liberties, they're taking away. Where? Where? There was the COVID debacle. But beyond that, where? I do what I want to do when I want to do it. As a pastor, I don't have anyone asking me questions. No one's telling me I have to turn in my sermons for approval before I preach them. Where have we lost liberty? Where have we lost freedoms? I don't think so. We have known liberty to such an extent that we have been able to take it for granted. There are precious few places on earth where people can say that. We even let people take to the streets and illegally destroy property. I think those people should be arrested, prosecuted, and jailed. On my worst days, I would vote for maybe a little bit of a horsewhip, but that's I didn't say that. We'll edit that out. But how blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. As we celebrate the 4th of July tomorrow, 249 years of our nation's history, we need to celebrate as people who are blessed beyond measure. Blessed beyond measure in all of these tangible ways. And then on top of that are all the spiritual blessings that are ours. So let's not be slow in thanking God for the freedoms that we have. Let's not be slow in thanking God for the abundance that we ourselves individually, that we experience day in and day out. Let's not be slow in giving thanks to God for His blessings on this nation. And please join me in praying that God will once again pour out His blessings on us and bring about unparalleled revival in the church of all stripes in this nation, and spiritual awakening in the culture, because our biblically informed values are eroding away. And if we continue down the road we're on right now, we've never known the absence of God's blessing in this country. If we continue down the road we're on, we may find out what God's discipline looks like on a national scale. Let's pray that God will give us ears to hear before we reach that point. Hey, thank you for listening to me. I don't know if that makes sense tonight or not, but those were my thoughts this morning that I wanted to share with you. Thank you. For those of you who are members of Good Springs Baptist Church, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to serve as your pastor. Beverly and I have been as happy, if not happier here than anywhere we've ever been. We've known some really good people in some really good places. But thank you. May we together continue to experience the fullness of God's blessing. And may we together experience genuine, heaven-sent, Spirit-led, life-changing, church-changing, world-changing revival and spiritual awakening. God bless you. Enjoy your 4th of July. There's big doings over the hill in Etowah. There's big doings in Athens tomorrow, I believe, and there's all kinds of things going on around. Just be safe. Don't light short fuses. Don't have a short fuse yourself. We'll still have church Sunday morning, 10:30. I look forward to seeing you. God bless you.